We got to have lunch at Walt Disney's favorite restaurant at his favorite table. This is the Table 31 experience, and anyone can book this at Tam O'Shanter in Los Feliz. This is a restaurant that is over 100 years old that Walt Disney used to eat at all the time. Walt Disney ate here so often that he even had his own table, Table 31. Up until a couple months ago, anyone could request sitting at Table 31 as long as it was available. But that has recently changed, and now if you want to sit at Walt Disney's table, you will need to do the Table 31 experience. We booked the Table 31 experience online and in advance, but you can ask for this experience as a walk-in if it's available. But whether you book it in advance or as a walk-in, you will have to do the Table 31 prefix menu, and you cannot order off the regular menu and sit at this table. For this prefix menu, the cost is $69 for lunch or $89 for dinner, and it is the same menu for both lunch and dinner. Once we were all checked in for our reservation, we were walked over to Walt Disney's table. This table has a painting above it of Mickey Mouse that we're going to talk about a little bit later, as well as a plaque on the table that says this was a favorite spot of Walt Disney and his Imagineers. And not only did the table have a plaque, but it also has drawings etched into the table. Our awesome server Jill explained to us that these were drawings that were drawn on napkins by Walt Disney and his Imagineers, and those drawings were later etched into the table. The table features some dinosaurs, some blueprints, and some names. Dinosaurs were particularly cool to see because those were drawn as inspiration for the Grand Circle Tour on the Disneyland Railroad. And on our table was our prefix menu with options for us to pick for each course. But before we picked options for our 3 courses, they did bring out these starters for our table to share. For the starters, there were pickled vegetables, deviled eggs, and bacon-wrapped dates. And before we picked any other food, we were also given this awesome Tam O'Shanter pin. Then it was time to order drinks, and we decided to try Walt's favorite drink called Scotch Mist. This drink is so strong, it's basically just scotch over ice with lemon, and we did not end up finishing it. Then it was time for our first course. I tried the chili, which has actually had the same recipe since 1927 that Walt loved. My best friend Lacey tried the wedge salad, which was also really good. Then for our second course, I tried the prime rib because this restaurant is famous for it. And Lacey picked the open-faced burger, which was a burger on top of sourdough that came with chili fries. And for our third course, we ordered one of each of the desserts to share. We tried the ice cream sundae that they poured warm chocolate sauce over at the table, and we also tried the English trifle. And then when our meal was done, we got one last surprise. We were given a print of the painting that hangs over Table 31. This special painting was gifted to Tam O'Shanter by Walt Disney Imagineering to celebrate 100 years of the restaurant being open. If you look at the painting on the left-hand side, you will actually see that a photograph was painted next to Mickey Mouse. That photograph actually hangs in the lobby of Tam O'Shanter and is a picture from 1960 of Walt Disney with the owner and architect of Tam O'Shanter.